Hey, what's going on, guys? XcLuSiVe here, and today I kind of have a special commentary for you guys. Every single time I'm streaming, literally every time, I get asked, why did I quit competitive gaming? Joe, you should play competitive again. You were really good. Joe, you should play competitive. You know, why'd you quit competitive gaming? And I'm gonna answer that now. I'm gonna answer why I stopped. I want to answer. I'm even gonna tell you guys how I got into competitive gaming. So hopefully that if you guys are aspiring competitive players out there and you want to know how I got started, maybe that's how you can get started if that's what you're interested in, then I'm going to show you or tell you how I got started, tell you kind of my competitive career in a nutshell, and tell you guys why I stopped, and hopefully that answers a lot of questions, and hopefully it helps out. But you guys are watching some Mob of the Dead gameplay. This is the new zombie map on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It's in the new Uprising DLC pack that just came out on, I don't even remember when that was, on the 16th maybe. But yeah, this map is awesome. This is probably my favorite zombie map out of any Call of Duty ever. There's just so much to do. It's not too hard. You can still survive, and you guys are gonna be watching some of that today while I talk about this. But yeah, actually, this gameplay you're watching, I have like 2.5 hours recorded from this game. So if you guys want to see some later parts of this game, we got to level like 28. Then just ask me and I can post it up, because this happened to just be all the gameplay I had for today. But into the commentary topic. How did I get into competitive gaming? Basically, I started on game battles. A lot of people start on game battles. That's really how I mean, that's like your first entry level into competitive gaming is going to be game battles. It's about as competitive as you're going to get without actually full-blown going to events and playing at the highest competitive level. You pretty much can drop down to game battles, and that's what I did. That's how I started. I played with just some school friends. We played Search and Destroy. For those of you guys that play Call of Duty and know what that game mode is, we played Search and Destroy. And a lot of competitive players either started with Search or they started with Team Deathmatch as their like background for just the first game that they played. And I started with Search and Destroy. That just, like, I've always loved Search and Destroy. I still love it till this day. So I started with Search, and we played, like I said, I just played with friends from school. And I mean, we met people online that, you know, were better than we were. We met people that were better than I was. And I guess I was kind of tired of losing, so I ended up leaving that team with my friends from school, which you do eventually, just because you want to, if you're aspiring to be better and win every single game, you're probably not going to do that with your friends from school. It doesn't really happen. But so I left that team and I made one with some of these guys that I had met, and then, you know, just people we knew along the way that we ended up, because, you know, when you meet people, they know people, and it kind of just opens a few more doors to players you can pick up. And yeah, so I created the team. I think we were called Head Rush at the time. It was either Head Rush or Evil. I don't remember. I think it was Head Rush at first, and then we switched it to Evil for the rest of like Modern Warfare 2. But yeah, this like I'm saying, was back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, and I think we ended up, after like months of playing, we ended up taking first place in the team ladder for game battles for Modern Warfare 2, and that was a pretty big accomplishment for me, because I had never done that before. You know, I had never. I mean, I know that's not like a crazy accomplishment now if you look at, like, if you compare it to like the actual, you know, pro MLG scene, but I mean, it was fun. You know, it was awesome. I loved. We had a great record. We were like, I don't even remember what our record was, but we had a really good record. We ended up taking first in the whole ladder, which was awesome. And I ended up playing with those three guys for like 3 years, and they were like brothers to me. I knew them forever, and yeah, that's kind of how I started. But I wanted something more, right? I wanted to be a pro player. I always dreamed of being a pro player, and getting sponsored and going to events and playing on stage. I always dreamed of that, and I wasn't exactly going to do it with these guys. They weren't as serious as me. They were good and they loved to win, but they weren't at that level where they didn't think it was really possible to go play at events, and they didn't, I don't know, their mindsets kind of changed, and they weren't exactly the people I knew them as. So I ended up leaving those guys that I knew forever. I knew them for 3 years. I knew everything about them. We all knew each other's families. I almost got wrecked in this corner right here, but I ended up getting out. But, you know, we knew each other's families, and we were pretty close. I mean, we were a good team, and I ended up leaving them, and I wanted, like I said, I wanted something more. I wanted to take that small chance that I'd actually amount to something in the competitive scene, and I took it. Did I amount to something? Probably not in a lot of people's eyes. To me, I'm happy with where I stopped. I'm happy with what I did, and I do have kind of a little bit of a story to tell to people if they ask me, you know, what I, you know, how I just ask me about my past in competitive gaming. But I started my own team. You know, I went through plenty of different players. I went through tons of players. We played in multiple like online tournaments to find that, you know, like perfect team. And I'm using air quotes. If you guys, obviously you guys can't see that, but we, you know, I tried to find that perfect team that, you know, communication was perfect. We all knew each other in a sense of we knew exactly what everybody else was thinking. Decision wise, you never kind of get screwed up like that if your team just knows everything about each other. But later down the road, I ended up picking up 3 players. You guys might know some of these names. I ended up picking up Enemy, J-Hop, and FaZe. Enemy was on Cloudburst for MLG Dallas. He attended MLG Dallas in 2013. He was playing on Cloudburst, if you guys remember them. They were pretty high. They were like the 3rd seed or something going into Dallas, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it was 3rd seed. That's probably wrong. I'm completely guessing. But they didn't do so hot in the end, at the end of the event. But yeah, so he ended up getting that chance to play on stage and to you know, actually play at an MLG event on main stage and play against other good teams, and I thought that was awesome. It was cool to see him up there. J-Hop used to be on Defying History back in I don't know if this was Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2. I don't remember. But yeah, he was on Defying History. He played on a pro team. He played on main stage as well. And FaZe, I don't think was on any sort of team like that. But he was a really good player. He was a player that literally could clutch absolutely everything. Like, it didn't matter what it was. It didn't matter what the situation was. He would be able to clutch it. He was a pretty good player. He had some attitude issues with the rest of the team, but other than that, he was a really good player. And yeah, so I picked those 3 guys up. We ended up applying for a sponsorship for VVV Gaming because we couldn't attend any events because we couldn't afford them. So we ended up applying for a VVV Gaming sponsorship. Sorry, you guys are seeing some Xbox lag in the game. It should be over in a second. But we applied for VVV Gaming, or applied to be sponsored by VVV Gaming as their Call of Duty team for Modern Warfare 3. And little did we know, Modern Warfare 3 did not get picked up on the pro circuit, but we still wanted to keep it going. We still wanted to try and get sponsored for Black Ops 2 as early as possible. And we ended up getting sponsored by VVV Gaming in 2012. And, you know, in turn, since they're partnered with SteelSeries, that in turn sponsored us with SteelSeries. So it was cool. You know, I ended up getting sent to me a headset by SteelSeries to play at events with. You know, I got sent my VVV Gaming apparel. It was cool. It was a cool feeling to be sponsored and to get sent, you know, like just different things and different equipment from companies and from VVV Gaming. It was awesome. It was a great feeling, and that's always one of the things I dreamed of, was being sponsored. So I ended up achieving that, which was really cool. We ended up playing in Frag Cup 3, which was hosted by Machinima and 360 Icons. We played in Frag Cup 3 under VVV Gaming. I think it was under VVV Gaming. I could be wrong on that. It was either VVV Gaming or we played under like VVV, whatever our name was. I don't exactly remember. But yeah, we played in Frag Cup 3, and that was the first real tournament that we had prepared for. It is an online tournament, but it was a pretty big tournament. I mean, I don't remember what the payout was, but it was pretty big for an online tournament. It was like one of the first big online tournaments. It was one of the big tournaments for Modern Warfare 3 in general, because that game kind of died out since it wasn't on the pro circuit. But I mean, regardless if it's on the pro circuit or not, we were still able to play in big tournaments. I mean, we played in Frag Cup 3. We placed 5th. It was a 2,000-something team tournament, and we ended up placing 5th. My live stream did amazing during that tournament. We hit like 480 views, according to a lot of my teammates. That I wasn't really paying attention to it because I'm playing and it's hard to focus on chat and all of that. But yeah, apparently we hit almost 500 viewers, which was awesome. And yeah, we placed 5th out of 2,000 something teams. We came out of our bracket and finished 5th. I think we lost to Donut Shop, I want to say. I don't exactly remember, but they went on to play Apex, which is Optic Gaming now, in the finals, and they ended up losing to Optic Gaming. So Optic Gaming or Apex won Frag Cup 3. We placed 5th. We lost to Donut Shop in like the 9th or 10th round out of like 11 or 12, which was kind of it was a pretty big upset because we were pretty sure we could take that game, but we ended up getting taken out. It was a pretty big loss. We you know, just a few mistakes, and we ended up losing it. But yeah, so that's like the major tournament I played in. That was the major accomplishment for my competitive, was just playing in Frag Cup 3 and placing really well in that. And I was happy with that. You know, I didn't mind that at all. I'm happy with where I stopped. Like I said, I don't mind the small amount of accomplishments I got. I got sponsored. I mean, I know everybody has way more accomplishments than I do, but that's fine. You know, I hope everybody else does well too. And I think I did well. I was happy with myself. I don't mind not being able to play at the pro level. I had to stop before I got a chance to do that. And that's okay. I didn't necessarily mind. But continuing on with like the life story, VVV Gaming ended up dropping us. They dropped the CoD team. They dropped the Halo team. I don't know what happened in their head. They just like flicked the switch and instantly didn't want any game that wasn't on the pro circuit. They didn't want to sponsor them anymore. So we ended up getting dropped, as well as, like I said, the Halo team, and just a ton of other people got dropped. They had a huge list, and it was a surprise to see our names on there. But like I said, if they wanted to drop every team and every game that wasn't on the circuit at the time, then I guess that's their call. And that I could talk about the VVV Gaming dropping us in a completely different commentary. I could ramble on about all sorts of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. If you guys want me to, I will. Not right now, but in another commentary. So leave me a comment. But yeah, so VVV Gaming dropped us. So we ended up, they left us with pretty much no team name, nothing. We had absolutely nothing. We didn't really know what to do. We had no brand or no name for ourselves at all. So we created Legion, which was our team name. We started up, you know, the grind again, and we just tried to get ourselves back to where we were. But then, you know, as every team, it happens sometimes. We had some roster issues. We had, you know, those internal conflicts between teammates, and we ended up falling apart as a team. And yeah, after that, I kind of decided to stop. I mean, I got a girlfriend at the time, and I wanted to spend, and I still stick with this. I mean, I don't have this girlfriend now, but I still stick with this because I think this is important. I wanted to use the time that you have to put into scrimming and practicing with your team, because if you want your team to be the best, you have to beat the best, and to beat the best, you got to play more than the best and practice more than the best, and to do that, you got to scrim all the time. So I'd rather use that scrimming time to spend it with people I care about, and that was really big in my head. It still is to this day. So that's kind of what I stick by, and I decided to do full-time YouTube instead, and just have that freedom of being able to enjoy games again and not have to feel like I'm playing competitive all, you know, 150% of the time, but still enjoy it and still be able to do what I want with it and still be successful in whatever I do. And I really like that. So I did full-time YouTube. I'm still doing full-time YouTube, but you never really leave the competitive scene, right? Once you join, you really don't leave. Like, I plan on doing some competitive footage on my channel. Not me playing, but I plan on going to some events and recording a bunch of stuff there and kind of doing that event montage style videos. I plan on doing some of those because I still support competitive gaming. I mean, I still support competitive Call of Duty, esports in general. I watch the events when people play. I love to watch it. I think it's awesome. And yeah, so that's why I stopped, and that's why I started. So hopefully that answers a lot of questions that you guys had for me. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of insight on me, and maybe inspires you guys to want to become pro players, or at least take it to that next level. Or maybe it's inspiring you guys to stop and take it more casually. It's completely up to you guys. That's the way. It's whatever you guys want to take the commentary as. That's completely up to you guys. But that's gonna do it for me here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have been awesome. I've been XcLuSiVe. Catch you guys later.